What's going on, and welcome back to Kickin' It With. My name is Zac Holcomb. This is episode 24, and today I've got Grant Holcomb joining me.
Hello.
So we were looking the other day on, I was on Barstool Sports, and this thing came across my my screen, and it's the bracket of the most universally liked people. And I figured since Grant and myself weren't on the list, even though we should be, because we are two of the most universally liked people that I know, at least around these parts.
Oh, for sure.
Everyone loves us. Yeah. Everyone. So I figured, who better to discuss this than you and I?
Perfect.
If you're not familiar with what this is, I will go ahead and throw up a graphic now to kind of give you a little show. And while you're looking at this bracket and discussing all the people that are on it, I'm going to also request that you go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate that. It does help. At the time of this recording, we have 142 subscribers.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the time you're watching it, we have 988 and you're 989th.
Moving on up.
So hook us up with that. Much appreciated. But before we dive in here, things been good lately? Been chilling?
Things have been good. Yeah. I'm kind of like buried in this project right now. And so it's pretty much like consuming my brain.
Yeah, some nerd shit.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
At least it's better than just watching TikTok videos.
That's true.
You're just dedicated to learning some new skills.
Yeah, because that stuff will melt your brain.
That's right. It's very true. It's very true. You gotta, at some point, you got to stop consuming content and create your own, whether you're posting it or not.
Yep.
Content can be just physical things that you're working on and stuff like that too. So, absolutely. Well, here we go. We're going to jump right in here. We've got, as you can see, you've got the bracket up on your screen right now. We're going to zoom in on the 1 to 16 matchup. And we've got Bob Ross as the 1 seed versus The Rock. It's the number 16 seed. What are your initial thoughts here? You got Bob Ross versus The Rock.
Well, you know, like we had our little pregame sesh.
Mm-hmm.
And you were kind of right. Like you really hit it on the head. It's so weird that The Rock is a 16 seed.
How's he a 16 seed?
I don't know. Because, you know, like he's done everything.
Very universally liked. People of all ages, people all around the world. I mean, he's kind of got a really good, well-rounded resume here for this tournament.
What was his little deal when he was doing the wrestling thing? What did they call him? Like he was The Rock, but like wasn't he like the people's champion or something?
He was the people's champion.
Yeah, he was the people's champion.
So he
was always cooking stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It always smelled good in there.
You got Bob Ross. A lot of people would die for Bob Ross. I love him.
Some people did die for Bob Ross. He was in the military.
That's true. Yeah. He was a drill sergeant.
Yeah, and then he was like, there was like a famous interview of him, and they were like, you know, how'd you like go from being in the military, being a drill sergeant, to like painting pretty pictures,
being,
you know?
A soothing voice on PBS.
Yeah, and he was basically like, I just did that job for so long that like I just didn't want to yell anymore. And he traveled, from what I understand, I think he traveled like pretty extensively there for a little bit. Yeah. I could be totally wrong, but the way that I remember it in my history of my brain is that he traveled some and he got into painting, and then he was just like, I'm going to paint on public access TV.
It worked.
Yeah.
So who are you taking in a Bob Ross versus The Rock for most universally liked?
I've got to say, like, you know, I remember Bob Ross fondly, but fuzzily. You know, like, I don't really remember it vividly, but, like, Pops used to have him on some days, you know, and that was cool. But if I had to pick, I don't think that I would give Bob Ross the dub.
Over The Rock.
Yeah. Like, The Rock did, like, Jumanji. Just his friendship with Kevin Hart alone makes him more universally liked to me.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So we're taking The Rock, 16-1 upset over Bob Ross. Pains my heart to say it, but I think he's more universally liked.
Sorry, Bob.
Moving on to our next choice. Here you got Keanu Reeves, the 8 seed, against Mr. Rogers, 9 seed. Potential upset here as well.
Well, real quick, before we move on too far, I just thought of a hilarious joke. And I think that Bob Ross being seated number 1 was a happy little accident.
Yeah, he was a little overhyped there, I think.
Yep.
Compared to these names.
Yeah.
So you got Keanu Reeves, Mr. Rogers. Keanu Reeves, very universally liked.
Yeah.
Kind soul, gives up his seat on the subway.
Yeah.
Matrix.
Does like normal people stuff, even though he's not normal people anymore. Yeah.
Wears flip-flops all the time.
Yeah. And like actually
Mr. Rogers,
a real
socks
life
and shoes.
And I guess this could be said for both guys, but like real life badass too.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers as well.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers was Navy, I believe.
Yeah,
The-
that's why he always had to wear the long
the
things. 'Cause he
sweaters.
had the anchor tattoos on
Yeah.
his forearm.
Yeah.
Yep, I didn't know that. Who are you taking in that one, Keanu or Mr. Rogers?
I don't know. I feel bad because I feel like I'm showing my age a little bit, but I'm probably going with Keanu. I mean, he was the one.
It's tough. Mr. Rogers very universally liked, but I'm not sure how much he's liked internationally.
That's
You know
true
what I mean?
too.
So that's what
Yeah.
brings it. That's where I go as well. So I'm thinking Keanu holds up his seed, 8 advances. He's got the Rock in round 2.
Jeez.
All right, coming up next, we've got. If you think we're wrong on any of these, yell at us in the comments and tell us why you would have taken Mr. Rogers over Keanu, or why it should be Bob Ross over the Rock, because we want to know. We want to know. Coming in the third matchup here, we've got Alex Trebek versus Jamie Foxx. Alex, the 5 seed, Jamie Foxx, the 12. Another potential upset. What are you thinking here? Alex, very well known.
Teaching people stuff too. You know?
Yeah, longevity is where I go on
Longevity. Yeah, that's true. He
I
was.
really
How did
got
that
longevity.
show stay on for so long?
this one. I don't know.
Like, how was that? When did that start? Get your phone. Look that up. When did they start shooting?
I don't know.
Jeopardy?
Jamie Foxx, though, he's well versed. He's across different.
Yeah, he does music. He does comedy. He does acting.
Yeah,
He's a triple threat.
he's a triple threat. He parties well.
Yeah.
So Alex Trebek started hosting Jeopardy in 1984.
1984.
He did it until 2020, 2021. I mean, right around whenever he died. So,
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I was born in 88, so
Yeah, like almost got 40 years
doing
in
the Jeopardy
of
for a
Jeopardy.
good 30,
Yeah.
35 spot.
What is job security, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I think universally, who you taking there, Alex Trebek or Jamie Foxx?
That's a tough one, man. But I think just because that's such a long period of time that I got to give it to Alex Trebek.
All right, we got Alex Trebek. Sorry, Jamie Foxx. If we think you're wrong on that one, just let us know. The next matchup, the 4th matchup, we've got the 4 seed Dolly Parton taking on number 13 Robin Williams. This one to me is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It can't not be Dolly.
Yeah.
She has Dollywood, for crying out loud.
Yeah, like she has a whole theme park.
She has people that fly all across the country just to go see her spot. Robin
Yeah.
Williams doesn't have that.
No. But he was Genie, you know.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
It's another classic.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
I got to go Dolly Parton. It's
I'm
pretty
Dolly
easy.
Parton,
All right.
too. Yeah. Sorry, Robin.
Not trying to be a jerk, but I'm kind of thinking maybe Robin Williams maybe could have been.
He should have hung around a little bit longer.
Well, I think if I was we're gonna give some honorable mentions at the end, and I think I've got an honorable mention that would definitely should have been on there instead of Robin Williams. Anyway, not to bag on him too much.
Yeah.
Next matchup, we got Shaq as the 3 seed taking on number 14 Paul Rudd. Pretty tough matchup. Paul Rudd very liked.
Yeah.
But Shaq, I mean, come on. I'm not sure Shaq could lose in this entire thing.
Can we just circle back on this? Like Paul Rudd, you know, fair enough. He could belong on there.
I feel
Isn't
like he
it
snuck
weird
in.
that he snuck in, but he probably snuck in because he just got like world's sexiest man or
Yeah,
something
he got
like that.
some
like
Pretty
a couple
Boy
of,
award
Yeah.
not too long ago, so that helps.
Yeah.
Which shows Universal.
Even his wife clowned him on that. She was like,
universally
"What?"
liked.
Yeah.
But you can't beat Shaq, dude.
No
Paul
way.
Rudd over Shaq.
You can't beat Shaq.
A lot of people
Shaq's
don't.
the man.
Yeah, some people don't know who Paul Rudd is. Everyone knows Shaq.
Yeah, it's for that Genie movie.
Yeah. The genie's paying. Blue Chips. You ever see that movie?
No.
It's a good one. Watched it way back in the day at Aunt Deb's house.
Oh,
Shaq was in it.
Shaq was in it.
Next matchup, we got number 6, Steve Martin versus number 11, Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, a lot of people like him, man.
You can tell
he had the video game.
There's a lot of young folks working
Underground.
over at Barstool that Tony Hawk beats out Steve Martin. He was one of the 3 amigos, dude.
Well, 6 seed, higher seed.
I know, but
You thinking Tony Hawk over Steve Martin? Is that what you're
No, I'm saying Steve Martin.
Steve Martin?
Yeah. I like Steve Martin.
Universal.
I know. He's been around for
The old people
forever.
like him a lot.
Yeah.
People older than me. Runaway Bride.
Dude, 3 amigos.
Three Me.
He was in the Three Amigos.
He's been in some good stuff.
It's a classic.
You're
What was that? Cheaper by the Dozen.
That's
Pink
true.
Panther.
Pink Panther.
Dude, he was in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he's never done anything really stupid.
No. They're all winners.
I'll let you take Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
That's a tough one.
I played tons of Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Tony, so, like, don't bag on me
Tony
too
Hawk
hard.
through. He's got the skate park things going.
Yeah, but, like,
Anywho.
he even talks about how when he goes places,
People
people are like, are you you look like Tony Hawk. He's like, I get that all the time. Like, people don't know him.
Because he looks like hell now.
Well, you know, you skateboard for 40 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Next matchup, Steve Irwin at the 7 seed versus Jack Black in the 10 seed. This one,
I feel like Jack Black got screwed.
I feel like these are two guys that maybe could have not even have been on the list and people wouldn't have even noticed.
No, Jack Black could be on there.
Yeah,
They both can be on there. They're both very liked.
Very liked.
I feel for Jack Black because I really like him, and seated against pretty much almost anybody else, I would have picked him.
Steve.
But how do you beat Steve Irwin?
Dude took a stingray to the chest.
Just
bro.
to show us how much he loved
dedication.
those animals.
Steve Irwin. We're just going to go ahead and put you on the next line here.
Yeah.
The final matchup of the first round, we've got the number 2 seed, Danny DeVito, taking on the 15 seed, Brandon Fraser.
It's not even a question, folks.
Fraser. He could have not been on this, and I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, he should have been like
honorable mention.
Yeah, yeah.
Danny DeVito easily walks through round 1. We've got him coming up here in round 2.
Problem, not even close. Well, he was the 2nd seed, which is fair.
Pretty easy.
How did Bob Ross beat Danny DeVito?
Yeah, but how does the 1 seed pull the Rock? How is the Rock a 16 seed when you've got Brendan Fraser, Robin Williams, Jack Black, Paul Rudd? I would put the Rock ahead of all of those people.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
even Jack Black, the Rock smokes Jack Black in most like. So
that's fair.
That's what I'm saying. Anywho, we've got the round 2. First matchup in the round 2, we've got the upset, the Rock facing Keanu Reeves. So this is 16 seed versus 8 seed, the Rock versus Keanu Reeves. Again, it's just tough, and they're in the same category. So you've got movie stars together. Mm-hmm. You've got universally good guys. They're always doing nice things. They help the children.
Yeah.
But The Rock has that one extra thing.
Yeah.
The athletic background or the
he was doing the wrestling. Yeah.
So
and
when everything is the
for
same,
forever.
he does have one little extra like.
But you could argue that it's athletic, but it's entertainment more so than it's technical. Like it's technical. I don't know. It's like splitting hairs because Keanu Reeves actually like is an action star. Like he is an action man.
So is The Rock. He was in Moana. I think.
You've got like the Matrix trilogies, and what are the new ones? John Wick.
All
3 of John Wick movies
powerful.
are awesome. Versus like Jumanji.
Yeah, it's true. The Rock's movies are kind of
The Rock wears the same outfits for different movies.
Yeah, and they're the same outfits.
And they're the
wrestling.
same. He's the same character every time.
It's true.
Keanu Reeves got way more depth.
Yeah.
Plus, he'll actually
and he has
kick
a
your
beard.
ass. Well, they'll both kick your ass, but that's just because The Rock's size.
I would say I'm giving the tick mark to Keanu because of the beard.
beard.
The flip flops with
He's
the
got
pants.
flow.
Yeah. He's kind of got like urban hippie vibes.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm going with Keanu.
I second that.
There you go. Keanu Reeves, Final 4. Second matchup of round 2, we've got Alex Trebek versus Dolly Parton. Now this is a matchup.
I don't think so.
Really?
Because here's why. Like they both have probably the same longevity, but Alex Trebek didn't have a theme park.
It's true. Dolly
It's
Parton.
just like done.
Dolly Parton again.
Yeah.
No one travels
Unless
like
you're a
groups
contestant.
to see Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
They travel in groups to see Dolly Parton. I'm giving it to you.
Thanks.
Second. This would be the third matchup of the second round. We've got Shaq and Steve Martin.
Shaq.
Easy. Shaq.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yep.
So that was easy. A lot of discussion about that one. If you think Steve Martin should beat Shaq and most universally liked,
They should arm wrestle for it.
I definitely want to see your explanation. Definitely in the comments because there's no way. Final matchup of round 2, we've got Steve Irwin, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's still giving, baby.
It's Danny DeVito. You can't.
He's still
Tough out.
giving.
Tough out. And it sets up a really great Final Four matchup with Shaq.
That's true. Danny
DeVito.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mr. Irwin, but Danny DeVito, was he like 4'9"?
He's really short.
Love him.
Yeah.
All right, in the quarterfinals on the left side of the bracket, we're noticing a matchup here of Keanu Reeves and Dolly Parton, and that is a tough one.
That is a tough one.
It's very tough. I mean, I don't even understand. You just is having a theme park enough to get you all the way to the finals on that one thing? I don't know if that's enough.
That's true. You know how we could do
if you're under 50, do you even care about Dolly Parton?
I don't. I've never listened to Dolly Parton.
Couldn't name a song. I'm sure
consciously.
I could probably, but like if you told me, I'd be like, I didn't know that was
her.
But like,
I don't know.
Sub 50 range, no one really cares. Keanu Reeves, John Wick, like you said.
Mm-hmm. I'm going Keanu.
I think it's Keanu all the way to the finals. Right?
Yeah, he's breaking the matrix right now. The 8 seed. Is he our lowest seed still in right now?
He is the lowest seed remaining.
Yeah.
Yes. We have 2, 3.
He just beat out the 4 spot.
2, 3, 4, 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Now this is one that I don't even want to make a decision. Shaq and Danny DeVito. What a perfect matchup. I just want to see a picture of them standing side by side. I hope I can find it and throw it up for you right here.
I'm
Danny
sure
DeVito and Shaq right there. Check them out. Good God. I think Danny DeVito could stand on Danny DeVito's shoulders and not be over Shaq.
Oh, yeah.
I think, maybe. Well, who knows nowadays?
Yeah.
Shaq's probably won Danny DeVito wide.
Yeah.
He's like a 2-1.
Yeah.
It's like a soda can of Danny DeVito.
I don't know.
I think Shaq probably more universally liked than Danny DeVito.
I think you're probably right.
He's everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
Which gives us a hell of a matchup in the finals. Ding, 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 ding. Heavyweight hitters. The most universally liked person has come down to 2 people.
Yeah.
Shaq
and
Keanu Reeves.
That's tricky, folks. I don't know.
It's so tough.
It's really hard to pick. It's really hard to pick.
Again, Shaq has the athletic tick mark. He still does movies. He does a ton of TV. He does the NBA on TNT. He got shoved into a freaking Christmas tree a couple weeks ago for crying out loud. Keanu's kind of like gone into like chill mode. He's like living under the radar now.
Yeah.
Shaq's still out there getting likes like every day.
That's true. Which, like, to be fair, Keanu Reeves just did John Wick 3.
Yeah, but he doesn't do
But he's not in your
a lot of
face all the
social
time.
media stuff. He doesn't do, which
That's
is
true.
fine. It's just his own vibe. But we're talking about most universally liked, and I think to be the most universally liked, you've got to have a pop.
You've got to be
social
out
game
there. Yeah.
to get liked, to
Yeah.
be liked continually by new people again and again and again, to continue to build the audience.
Yeah.
And
That's
and
probably
Shaq
fair.
takes that.
Now Shaq has, like, his kids fuck with him on the plane and stuff.
Yeah,
You
Shaq's
know?
got like Shaq's got commercials where it's Shaq 6 times playing 6 different positions. Shaq has made it to Eddie Murphy Clump's status on his commercial game.
That's true.
That's how good he is. And
That's true.
one more tick mark to Shaq. You're like, oh well, Keanu's such a good person. Did you know Shaq, when playing the game and all that, was coming up with people were coming up trying to get him to sign a shoe deal?
Yeah, he did it with
He's
Walmart.
Like, he was like, nope, we don't need to be. I don't need to be selling all these expensive shoes that say Shaq on them. We're just going to sell normal shoes that say Shaq on them for normal prices that normal people can afford. And so he put Shaq shoes in Walmart.
Yeah.
And he's done it with several other
and everybody
clothing
like
brands
clowned
and
him
stuff.
at first, and he just stuck to it, and he does fine.
He's doing very well, and he's putting a name on gear that people can afford.
Yeah.
Not everyone can afford to wear 7 pairs of Jordans 7 days of the week.
Yeah, that's true.
But Shaq made that
That's true.
accessible. Shaq made it cool to wear Shaq stuff that you got at Walmart, and you wouldn't get laughed at wearing Shaq shoes.
No.
Not everywhere.
Not everywhere. Yeah. Hey.
I
I think I'm with you. I think
deciding factor.
Shaq beats Keanu Reeves.
All right. Well, there you go, folks. You got Shaq taking over, winning from the 3 slot. He beats Paul Rudd, Steve Martin, Danny DeVito on his way to taking down Keanu Reeves in the finals, and that's the way that we had the brackets.
Yeah. I forgot to say this, though, when we were talking about Shaq and the way he gives back. Like, doing that is a really, really huge, cool class act. A cool thing that Keanu Reeves has done was during The Matrix, all of the people that did the stunt team, he bought them all motorcycles.
That's pretty cool, too.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That gets
But,
you liked.
yeah, that would get you liked, but only by stuntmen.
Yeah,
you
only
know? So it's like, it's not very universal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
anyways,
Shaq
yeah,
takes it.
he still
So,
gets it.
looking at this list, a couple of things popped to my mind, and I cheated just a tad and went down through the comments to see some other people's opinions, but
I did not.
other than myself and you not being on this list, which I think is just a crock, where's Betty White?
Yeah.
I got Betty White ahead of Robin Williams, Brendan Fraser, Jack Black, Steve Irwin, Steve Martin, Tony Hawk, Paul Rudd. I mean, if you put Betty White on this, she might take the cake, depending on the matchups.
Yeah, Betty White.
How do you,
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's another one.
Yeah, Adam Sandler not being on there. I would say Chris Farley, but they're kind of in the same class, and Chris
Farley
died.
doesn't have the longevity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. And Adam Sandler on there.
Kim Kardashian.
Universally
liked, though, a lot of people.
I don't know if that's
but
true.
you could say that there's
especially
people that hate
after
that, and I don't see
this whole
people.
Kanye
Not a lot of
thing.
people hate these people on the list.
It's true.
So yeah, maybe
I've
not.
never
Just might
really
be just a
heard somebody
tad
be
too
like,
polarizing.
I hate Paul Rudd, or like,
I
I
can't
hate
stand Shaq. Why? Yeah.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, no
PETA.
one hates Steve. Yeah,
PETA.
but anybody else on the on your honorable mentions list? I thought Kenny Chesney,
Kenny Chesney.
universally liked. People love him.
I never would have
Dave
thought.
Matthews,
Dave Matthews, yeah. What was
Zach
another-
Brown, Chris
Yeah,
Stapleton.
Zach
These are all
Brown.
people that
Not
could have.
Chris. Chris wouldn't have done
potentially-
well.
Yeah,
That
potentially.
whole song and all.
Yeah. Not a lot of people know he stole that song though.
That's true. That's true, but the people that do,
Yeah,
seething hatred.
I can't stand Chris Stapleton. Cheater,
Yes.
a thief.
A thief.
Another one not on this list that I would think could have made the list. Justin Timberlake. Very universal.
You know, Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan
That's a good one.
Kenobi.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
He's huge right now. He actually should have beat somebody.
What
out
about
for that.
you got any person that could have been on this list but is now disgraced?
Now disgraced? Louis C.K.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but then he did that weird stuff.
Mine would be Ellen.
Ellen?
Ellen.
I hear Ellen's a huge bitch off camera.
Right,
though.
she just got caught for all that. But
Yeah.
2 years ago, 3 years ago?
No, because
Ellen
there
would
were
have been on
still
this
those
list.
stories were still
But
out
people
there.
loved her, though.
Yeah.
They blindly followed her little
She was like
smile
dancing
her
and all
little
that
dancing,
shit.
little
R.I.P.
shoes.
Twitch.
Yeah, that guy's dead. Killed
Yeah.
himself.
It's because of her. She probably sent him like a mean text.
I think that was like, yeah, I don't know if he really did it. I digress from all of that because this is the most universally liked people list. But those were kind of our honorable mentions there. But anywho, I hope that you enjoy this. We just figured this would be a fun little episode of Kicking It With, and it was kind of tough to get Grant to join me without us having something to talk about. So I kind of just ran this one down his throat.
Yeah, that's true.
He tried to wait all day and then sneak out, and I was like, let's go ahead and knock
I didn't
that
try
out.
to sneak out. I was working on my thing. Like,
Yeah,
I'm,
I know.
it's going to be cool. It'll be in the window soon, hopefully.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. We're trying to build a window display for you so you guys can come up and see what we actually do because we kind of everything stays behind the curtains. No one can really see most of the fun stuff. So we figured we're just going to do a fun project that we can show.
We can
for us.
share. Yeah.
Anywho. Well, that was episode 24 of Kicking It With. I'm Zac Holcomb. This is Grant Holcomb. And that was the most universally liked people bracket. If you like this style of video, you like us kind of recapping on these things, give us the like, subscribe, and do the in the comments maybe be like, hey, this was kind of fun. We like you guys having something specific to talk about because I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Interesting. Something good for a change. Anywho, that's all for tonight. I hope you had a good one. Catch up with you on episode 25. Thanks.
Later.